Hello, friends. Welcome back to the ComfyUI stream. I'm here. I'm Purz. This is Phil, Machine Delusions. You know us. I'll stop introducing us at some point. Uh, so when I made this stream announcement yesterday, that was the biggest deal that it was going on at the time. Then shortly after that, Qwen image dropped and an open source model from OpenAI dropped. Two of them actually, 20B and 120B. We'll get into all of it, but yeah, we are gonna do some Qwen. We're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at the new OpenAI model, and we're also gonna then dive into the WAN LightX stuff that dropped. So yeah, busy week, as y'all know. Yeah, like this week's been crazy. The week before was crazy. WAN 2.2, a million other things happened, and trying to stay abreast of it all is almost impossible as a normal one, singular human being. That's why I have friends like Phil here and a lot of the people that you'll see in the chat today who are also testing all this stuff and sharing our findings with each other. We do so on the ComfyOrg Discord and the Banadoko Discord and a whole bunch of other places. So please join the conversation. If you're also playing with this stuff, you want to learn, you are more than welcome. So yeah, welcome friends. Great. Phil's learning how to use his webcam, so let's let him feel
good.
like
We're good.
so yeah, Qwen dropped. You can go play with it if you have like 24 gigs. I think that's actually the minimum right now. I'm not sure if it runs on 16 or not, but give that a couple days. As always, we always talk about this, but the day a model drops is not the day to test it. If you have a low VRAM card, there will be guffs. There will be FP8 further quantizations of the model. There's already an FP8 quantization. That's the one that runs on 24 gig cards. If you happen to be like Mr. Man over here and have 96 gigs of VRAM in your machine,
No.
You can try to fit the full model on. The full Qwen model does look better than the FP8. So we're actually kind of reaching the point where 24 gigs, even as a minimum, is not, it's not even the best card in the playground anymore. There's, there's 32 gig cards with the 5090s, and then there's
48.
48, 96 gig cards out there. So yeah, don't be jealous of your 24 gig friends anymore. We're not the we're not the king of the hill anymore, but that's okay. That's why we rent GPUs and do all this stuff for you guys, so you can see what all this stuff does before we get sort of consumer versions of it. So yeah, this is cool. It's a very cool model. I'm just going to talk about Qwen very quickly because I do want to get into the WAN stuff. So just let me jump over to my Qwen workflow here. I'll show you guys how it works. There. It's capable of doing very long strings of text. It's capable of understanding very complex prompts. The red giraffe sat on the orange bench eating a blue sandwich while a purple bird played a pink guitar beside him. So I'm going to run that prompt. But yeah, it works just like all the other image generation, prompts. You load your model, load your clip, load your VAE, feed it a latent size and a prompt, and hit go. There's some information down here for settings and things like that to play with it. Again, brand new. If you find new settings that work really well, let us know.
And Purz, I'm actually gonna send you the picture that I spun up prior to it being even in Comfy. I was excited. I spun it up wholesale just for anyone who wants to know. The full unquantized model, everything takes 55 gigabytes of VRAM to hold it. But I was really trying to push its text capabilities to the limit, and it did not disappoint.
Nice. Yeah, we have a red giraffe sitting on an orange bench eating a blue sandwich while a purple bird played a pink guitar. This is huge. A lot of models can't do this kind of stuff. So this will, you can keep growing and doing crazy stuff with these ideas. Currently testing the BF16 Qwen with an A6000 48 gig VRAM. 1K gens are taking about 2 minutes at 30 steps. The VAE decoder seems to take longer than usual. It's just normal for Qwen. It's probably literally using more than 48 gigs of VRAM once it hits that VAE decoder. So that's probably your problem there, Lee. All right. So yeah, that's Qwen. Friends, please dive in. You can go use it on all the sites and things like that. Sorry, did you send me something, Phil?
Yeah, I sent that on Discord. I think this example is just really pushing it to the extreme of its text capabilities. I quite literally gave it a paragraph to type out on a sign, and it missed one little thing that was mainly a syntax error. Yeah, wow, let's make a picture. Like, that's incredible. It's like a whole story.
Wow.
And the
I'm looking for typos. I don't even see typos.
The only part it messed up on is at the very end. There's a hyphen, the two voices in the dash. I think this is actually a LLM problem. So for people who want to know, Alibaba, Qwen, they released a 2.5 VL model, and this is like a language model that has multimodal capabilities, image and video understanding. And then what they did for Qwen image is they took that model and then trained a transformer diffusion pairing with those frozen weights. And so we get all the insane capabilities of what a normal language model can do, now in an image model.
Yeah. Right on. Well, friends, let's get back into it with WAN. So we got WAN 2.2 LightX text-to-video LoRa's. I'm going to do the George Bush talking with my hands thing. This is very exciting for those of us who liked 2.1 LightX but want the quality that is possible with a correctly trained model. Big caveat here, text-to-video. I said T2V. I meant T2V. There is only a text to video version of this model we're speaking of today as we speak now, but I would imagine probably 5 minutes after this airs, there will be an image to video version available as well. But for now, we're only talking about text to video. So if you try this with an image to video workflow, it will not work. It is for text to video. So I just want to say that right out of the gate. So yeah, the LoRa's I am talking about are on the same place all the other ones are, in Kajai's big old repository. I'm going to drop the link in the chat here, friends. There it is. So I'll show the link on the screen as well. Hugging Face, Kajai, WAN Video Comfy, Blob Main, WAN 2.2 Lightning. You will see in this folder, there is a... Pardon me. Just got to close this. Excuse me. In this folder, you will see a high and a low version of the model. You need both of these. They go in your LoRa's folder. Easy peasy. Same as all the other LightX LoRa's, any of the other LoRa's we've been working with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where were we? Back here. So the workflow, this is the default workflow. If you go to workflows, browse templates, we go to video and see this WAN 2.2 14B text to video. We're just going to modify the base workflow so that you guys don't have to ask me 400 times where you can download the workflow. That's a bad link.
Is it a bad link?
Maybe it needs a slash on the end. I mean, I was just on it. Yeah, I don't know. It looks right to me. Anyway, friends, let's move on. It's in the WAN. If you search WAN Kajai, you can't miss it. It's in the Hugging Face for his thing. All right, cool. WAN 2.2 14B text to video. We're going to use the default workflow, and then we're going to build it out to use these LightX LoRa's. So that, you don't have to ask me where the workflow is because you have it. Okay. All we have to do is ensure that the correct models are selected, and they are. WAN 2.2 T2V high noise, WAN T2V low noise. Boom, boom. We need to add a LoRa loader model only in between these two here. So let's add one of those. LoRa loader model only. LoRa loader model only. We need two of those. All right. So if you click on here, you'll see the ones that we just downloaded. These should be in your LoRa's folder. Go to the high goes with the high and the low goes with the low. So make that nice and big. So you'll see the first LoRa will be the high one and the second LoRa will be the low one. And as you can imagine, it goes model in, model out, model in, model out. So if I just drag this stuff out a little bit, move these down, this will make a lot more sense. There we go. So all we're doing is we're adding these models as LoRa's in our workflow. This is very common. You'll get used to adding models into your workflow, and they're on the model chain. So it's on the purple chain. Easy peasy. You can play with these settings if you want, the strengths here, but I'm just going to leave them at 1 to start. And that's actually pretty much all we have to do to get that working. The next thing we have to do is go over to our K samplers and think about, I've mentioned this in every other WAN video, but I'll do it one more time. These two K samplers here, this is one process. We're doing 2 steps with the first K sampler, then 2 steps with the second K sampler. The first K sampler uses the high model, which does all the motion, and then the second K sampler applies the refiner model, which is the low noise model, and that's the one that cleans up all the motion and makes it look amazing. So in order to do that, in your first K sampler, you add noise, do your normal run, and then in the second one, you tell it halfway through that run, you start here and you do the stuff. However, we're using the regular settings, which is not going to work here because we added these LightX LoRAs. The power of these LightX LoRAs is that they distill your model down into from taking 20 steps to 4 steps per run, or 5, 6, whatever. The point of that being, you actually have to adjust your settings here, because if you try to run this at 20 steps, it'll look terrible because it'll overbake. It's not designed to run that hot. You need to run it at like 4 to 6, basically. So let's go over to these K samplers and think about what that means. Right now, we're doing 20 steps total over both K samplers. We need to change that to 4. We're going to do 4 steps total. We're using a distilled model, which requires a CFG of 1. So we're going to set that to 1. The sampler name, we're going to set that to LCM. And the scheduler to beta, LCM beta. You don't have to do this last step. I just like the slightly less desaturated look. Will 6 sets help or hurt LoRa's like this? I don't know what 6 sets are. Sorry. What do you mean by the 6 steps? You'd have to play with it. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so first K sampler, let's end at step 2. Second K sampler, let's start at step 2. Okay, this is the basic setup. So 2 steps on the first, 2 on the second, 4 steps total. Don't add noise to the second run because we're just taking in what we've done with the first one and refining it. If you add noise to the second one, it'll just be gross when it comes out. And for the prompt, let's try 2 people standing in front of a computer and trying to hit buttons.
They're trying.
While looking confused and angry. Kind of like me and Phil.
Confused and angry.
And I think that's it. Yeah, down here we got our video size, 640 by 640, and a length of 81 frames. This is a great place to start. You can start cranking this up as you get more and more comfortable, but the higher you go with these numbers, the higher you go with your VRAM. So this is a 5090, which has 32 gigs, and we're using currently 22 gigs to do this run. So you may want to be careful with 14B on a 24 gig card. But there are, again, options for that. 2 GGUF models different kinds of quantized models, things like that, to run faster and faster. Are we already 2 steps through? Wow.
It's fast.
30 seconds.
Yeah, it always impresses me, the speed.
It's us, Phil.
Wait, let me see.
We don't look confused and angry, though. We just look kind of impressed.
Are they watching sports? I don't know.
I don't know.
What's with the earth in the background? Do you prompt for that?
I did not. They know we're planning something. LightX on the low model for text to image is also good. Oh, cool. Yeah, these models, if you set the length to 1, they are image models. So
and quite good, actually.
Do with that what you will. This length down here on the empty latent, this is how many frames it generates. If you only generate 1 frame, that's an image. Which is a cool thing that this model does that a lot of other video models do not do. They usually require a certain amount of frames to come to some sort of coherence. A giraffe playing basketball outside of the school while 2 peacocks approach.
How many frames are we running?
81.
Whew.
Nice and fast. It's hard to get this whole workflow on a screen in a way that's like legible.
Yeah.
That might be a little better. Yep. I mean, that's what I asked for. I don't know if it's a school, but
Wow.
But yeah, that's fast. That is exceptionally fast.
Yeah, my gosh.
So yeah, friends, let's do the fun thing where we ask, can you give me 15 zany prompts for silly 3-second videos? We'll ask chat. Actually, you know what? We should ask GPT OSS 20V. Can you give me 15 silly prompts for a 3-second video generator? Nice. In case you guys are wondering, this app is called LM Studio. You go ahead and grab that. That's free. There's Ulama. There's a bunch of other ways to do this. LM Studio is really fun. I like it because Ulama does this as well, but it's all command line based. With LM Studio, you can say, hey, I want to spin this LLM up and I want to talk to it, which is great. And it's super helpful. But you can also say, I want to spin this LLM up and serve it on my network as either an API or a chatbot. So like once that's up, now you just have an LLM running on your machine that your phone, your iPad, your laptop, your television can connect to, and you want to talk to stuff. So LM Studio is really cool for just sort of distributing LLMs inside your network and stuff like that. So dig into that. And also for making APIs when you want to make web services that talk to LLMs and stuff like that. But in this case, I'm just using it as a local chat client for the LLM. And the other thing I like is you just kind of eject and load LLMs, and you can tell it how big of a context window, and it'll tell you, how much RAM it thinks it's going to take and stuff like that. So you can really tailor it down to fit inside of your VRAM and not be silly. So let's grab these prompts. Can you give me these 15 prompts in a text file separated by new lines? Thank you. Phil knows why I'm doing this. Okay, so I'm going to jump back on over to here, and we're going to add a little node pack called Fill Nodes.
Oh, lots of dependencies. Your favorite.
It's dependency time. Luckily, this is very fast on Linux.
Wait a minute. Will this work?
It does. You'd be
Really?
surprised. I too was surprised that your code worked.
I mean,
I'm also going to add masquerade nodes for the incrementer node, but there's a million other incrementer nodes. I just know. And yeah, we're going to restart Comfy.
I don't know. There is some weird GLSL requirements.
Ulama ships with web UI now. Fantastic. Thanks, Jimbo. Yeah, so try Ulama as well. I like it too. They're both sick. They both do the same thing. They're open source platforms for doing this kind of stuff. Okay. I'm going to assume all the nodes are installed. FL prompt.
Nice, it is. Okay. Well.
Oh, no, it's selector is what I want. FL prompt selector. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. We've done this a couple times, but I'll just run through it again. I asked ChatGPT, literally, for this because I wanted to paste it in here. The reason I asked for them to be separated by new line is because that's how Phil's node distinguishes between prompts. There's an invisible character in text called new line, and when it's applied, it's when you hit enter on a line, but when you enter it, it is a hidden character that tells the computer this is a new line. That's the character that we use to bridge these or to pull these apart. So there's 15 prompts here. So this index here is going to iterate 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, Adventures in AI asked, where would Sage Attention node go in this sequence? There's a Sage Attention node?
Yeah, patch Sage Attention. Mm-hmm.
KJ node, eh? Mm-hmm. That's a good question.
So I've actually asked Keej a long time ago. It doesn't matter where it goes in the model chain. It will patch it accordingly.
But the thing is, doesn't it matter when there's two models?
I mean, technically, you'd have to double it up. You need 2 Sage Attentions.
We're going to try.
But in the sake of the ordering of the nodes, it does not matter.
I don't even know if this machine has Sage Attention. Yeah, it could though. We just got to go over to our terminal.
Get that 30%.
Might as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it says it's installed. I wonder if this is a virtual environment. It is. Source, them, bin, activate. Oh, now pip install Sage Attention. You are watching a nerd, ladies and gentlemen.
Gross.
Just nerding all over the place. Did it work? Nerdness achieved. Okay, so what I did there was on RunPod and on my personal Comfy. Comfy is running inside of a virtual environment. This is sort of how Comfy Portable works, The Comfy Portable comes with its own installation of Python, and you access it that way. A virtual environment requires mounting first before you can adjust the Python environment. So what I did there was I mounted the Python environment inside the run pod so that I could pip install Sage Attention. Otherwise, you'll notice when I just installed it to the global Python, it didn't have any effect because Comfy's not running on the global Python environment. It's running on this virtual environment. Wow, I think Sage Attention made it worse. Maybe it's just the seed, but I don't know if it's worth it, especially at this speed. We'll have to do some more tests with that. I'll leave it unplugged for now. But yeah, apparently that's all you got to do. Just plug it into the model chain and get to work. So there you go. So we have this. We're going to index. We got these indexes. I need that incrementer node I was talking about. Incrementer. That comes from Masquerade nodes. And this one's super simple. We set that to increment. We set the seed to 0, and we set the max value to 15. Actually, I guess the max value would be 14.
Index of 0, baby.
Yeah. Index of 0 means 1 is 0, 2 is 1, 3 is 2. All right. So what this is going to do is on every run, it's going to go seed 0, seed 1, seed 2, seed 3, seed 4, et cetera, et cetera. So that I'm going to feed this string into our main output string, and I'm going to change our run batch to 15. So that's going to increment 15 runs. It's going to run through this and do one of these, like do a run with each one of these lines, and then we're going to see what happens. So, there's our thing filling up, our queues filling up, and we are running. So let's get this prompt list over here. Try and make this nice and big. There we go. Yeah, I wonder if Sage Attention made it look bad, or if it was just the seed.
I mean, it shouldn't have any effects on quality.
That's what I thought.
Hit it. Oh, yeah.
A giraffe wearing a tiny top hat falls off a roller coaster made of spaghetti.
I mean, all of those things are in there.
Yeah. Look at this like transparent background. Like what is this?
The checker,
like
yeah.
Yeah, the like checker grid. At least it's nice and fast. Holy cow.
Do you think it gave us a speed? We didn't check the time before.
I disabled it.
Oh, okay.
My run now with Sage Attention might have just created a slight blur, but I'll have to compare. Yeah, I'm not actually sure if it's Sage Attention or the seed adventures. You'd have to do 2 runs, one with fixed seeds, and see if it's actually makes a difference. A rubber duck goes on a dramatic monologue about being just a bath time accessory. Okay. Wow, look at the little water, like the little ripple.
Oh, yeah.
That's super cool. We are using a 5090 here, Adriano. I rented this on a run pod. Yeah, I would be angry if I spent 20 minutes to get this video. This one? Oh, it's adorable. Oh, we got one for the... 2 socks have a heated argument over who gets the last slice of pizza.
Wow.
Are they giving argument, or are they just giving, like, get your feet off the pizza?
And why are there forks in the shot?
Yeah. A lot of questions. Might need to be Sage Attention 2 installed for less quality loss. Interesting. Who eats pizza with a fork instead of their feet? I don't know. Just weirdos. Is it too much to ask to use this with the 5080? With the GGUF models, it should be fine. GGUF should fit. A banana slips into a tiny tuxedo and attends an invisible gala. Okay.
These are really hard prompts to like.
I
don't even
know.
know
Like
how
the
I
fact
would...
that it's doing anything. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to draw this or tell you what I would expect to see.
Yeah.
A cactus in sunglasses does the moonwalk on a disco floor made of jelly beans.
That's pretty great.
I don't think that's how you moonwalk, but I'll take it.
But you know what's funny? Real quick, he looks like he's an astronaut on the moon.
Does look like he's an astronaut. Where'd it go? Not you. You. Yeah, I like the sunglasses though. The thing that's been blowing me away about this model is the reflections.
Mm-hmm.
A toaster breaks into a jazz duet with a refrigerator, both wearing oversized hats. I guess she's a toaster. Avocado becomes a superhero called Captain Guacalot, fighting the evil Dr. Peel.
God damn.
Remember, friends, these were made by a day-old LLM. Captain Guacaeus.
Perfect. The rotation.
And then the angry eyebrows.
Yeah, that's so good.
A cloud rains pizza toppings onto a bewildered cat who is secretly a secret agent.
I don't know where they're getting...
As opposed to like just like out loud a secret agent.
I don't know where they're getting these avocado photos, but I've never cut an avocado that perfectly in my life.
Yeah. All right. I'm not getting secret agent from the cat.
He's seen some shit.
Yeah, he's thinking about stuff, eh?
Like 50% through this video, it looks like a poster. Like, hang in there. It's only Wednesday or something.
It looks like it's been Wednesday for 36 years. A rubber chicken starts a tiny yoga class for garden gnomes.
Wow. That's a garden gnome cult.
Namaste, yeah. Yeah, I don't love the praying gnomes. That's... Yikes. Test some skateboarding. Good idea. We'll add some skateboarding prompts to get some terrible physics. A spoon and fork hold an intense staring contest with a confused plate in the middle. I don't like this one. Let's see if I can get my previews on. All right. What's the next one? A tiny pirate ship made of paper clips sails across a bathtub filled with rubber duckies. It doesn't seem to be made of paper clips, but there are rubber duckies in that pool. Try the 2.1 on the high. Do you find these Lightning LoRas give less motion than the 2.1 LightX LoRas? Yes, I do. But I also find they give much better looking results. So, it is what it is. Smearing wasn't stage attention after testing. It was my steps at 4, bring it up to 6, and it goes away. Interesting. You still doing 2 refiner steps or 3 refiner steps? Nice. I have noticed the characters have a bit of a like a tremor to them more than once with the 2.2 models. I'm not sure what that's about. But yeah, we can try that. Let's try the 2.1 model in the high and the, well, I don't actually have, do I have the 2.1 text to video? Oh, I do. Nice. All right, let's try that. And we'll set that at like 3. That was giving me better results. So when this batch finishes, we're going to try a run with the 2.1 model in the high and the 2.2 model in the low. I did notice Kajai said that in the chat the other day on Bano. Nice. That was a pizza slice takes a selfie with a carrot that's wearing a tiny hat and sunglasses. Nailed it. Okay. A pair of mismatched shoes. They're completely matched. Break into a dance routine on a coffee cup stage. No, it looks like they're just exploding from the coffee. That's that logo looks familiar.
Pumpkin spice?
Those are the cinnamon lattes, the red ones. A snowman on summer vacation is sunbathing on a beach towel made of cheese. How can a snowman sunbathe?
He bathes in his
okay,
own
I think
meltings.
we got the giraffe slide one again.
I mean, that's pretty good.
That one's
Kind
better
of.
than the first one. Okay, let's set this back to 1. And let's unplug the prompt machine and just say a lobster bobsledding in the 1984 Winter Olympics. So if my LightX WAN 2.1 model is on the high at 3, this should provide a video with a lot more motion. We'll see. We shall see. I think this is going to make something bad.
Maybe.
Oh, that's not a lobster, but it's a damn good video.
That's a solid bobsled.
What do you mean there's no version of, there's no video footage of lobsters riding bobsleds? What version of Python, PyTorch, CUDA are you using? I don't know. What version are you using?
Actually, you can check.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
No. I mean, you can check with my node pack. FL system. And then hit the button. There you go. 250 gigs of RAM. My lord. Mm-hmm.
Feel better?
I feel great. I mean, that's why I made that note. I got so tired of having to do it manually.
Okay, let's try a German Shepherd high diving into a pool.
Purz, I just want to... Sorry, a Canadian in Thailand. I love that username.
Sorry, eh? Oh, geez. Didn't mean to exist.
For sure, bud.
That reflection is so good.
On my end, I'm trying to render a car drifting in like a watercolor style. It's nailing the car, but I cannot get it to be a different style.
I'm going to pull this one off just for a sec. It looks like it might be awful because they are not German Shepherds. Oh, that was cool. Never mind. We're fine. I love this. Look at this perfect 180. Boom. Look at that. It's grace. Boom. Immediately turned around. It's just like that.
Like a Bethesda video game.
Mm-hmm. That is not a German Shepherd, though. Godzilla doing his taxes. I had to chuckle to myself a little bit about the user who was getting upset that we didn't immediately jump into one. The last 4 streams have been about one. we haven't done anything but one in like a week and a half.
They keep delivering, man. I swear. Holy moly.
Oh, Godzilla is.
Oh my god.
Doesn't look like Godzilla, but it's pretty cool. Let's do like a nice one. Let's do a beautiful sunset on a golden beach, tropical palm trees, and gorgeous flowers drifting in the wind. I don't know. Pretty. Now let's crank up the resolution. 1280 by 720. And let's see what it do. So this time, we're going to punch up the res and see how it handles it. We were getting 16 times 2. Any math nerds here? That's 32. Yeah. 32 seconds. I know, amazing, eh? 32 seconds for a 2.2, 640 by 640. Pretty good. We'll know once it does this first step how long a 1280 by 720 will take. 30 seconds, 1 minute per step. So 2 minutes. I mean, that's not, it's not bad. 2 minutes for a 720p clip. I'll take it.
I think prompt waiting actually works still.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely working. Oh, hell yeah.
Math nerds, simple arithmetic.
I bumped up the prompt waiting to 15. Yeah.
Is it just like whatever, like just that point just like that particular point in the database in the token sphere?
What's weird is like I'm doing the tests on like one frame, and then when I bump up the frames, it's like it totally ignores the prompt. So maybe there's just no data trained at that res/frame count. I don't know.
Oops, I meant to turn the names off. They were already on.
I'm prompt weighting it to 100. Oh yeah, I broke it.
Replace. No. There we go. Okay. Oh, wow. That's going to be a nice one. Yeah. It's nice. Well, yeah, friends. I mean, this is really all there is to it. We just wanted to get you all excited about it. So LightX, this is with the 1.2.1 model on the high and the low, and the 2.2 on the low. Seems to be good compromise. So try that out. Play with the strength. With the 2.1, I found you had to turn the strength up on these, but with the 2.2 ones, leave it at 1. Leave it at 1. And yeah, same concept as all the other videos we've done. Hopefully we'll get first last frame stuff, Vase. Well, we already got first last frame for some of this stuff, but we're gonna just keep covering this stuff as it comes along. And I'd like to talk a little bit about what's going to happen on Friday. We have a very special guest coming on the stream on Friday, but it goes by the name of Inner Reflections. And Inner Reflections is probably one of the most talented people that I've ever seen do AI, just in the sense of sheer coming up with a concept and then pushing to execute. You might have seen their 1920s Star Wars thing. We've covered it before on the stream, and a million other things. What's their? Let me just pull up the. Let me pull up the thingy. There we go. Instagram, Inner Reflections. Wait. Oh, I got to go on one that's. Sorry, friends. Many browsers, many identities. Inner. What's their.
It should just be Inner Reflections.
It's not. Let me find it. Inner. There it is. Inner Reflections AI.
AI. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Inner. Yeah. Incredibly talented, incredibly smart. Just really good at finding just a way to do something in AI. We're going to talk to him about WAN Phantom and a few other things, and their specialties. Going back to the SDXL like hot shot animate diff days, Inner was one of the first people and one of the only people to get good videos out of SDXL. Then they released a full-on workflow for it, and it was available for everybody. Always been very generous with workflows and thoughts and ideas, concepts, things like that. So the link for that info node is just look up Fill Nodes, Fill Fill Nodes. They are in the custom nodes manager and on GitHub, and they are made by that guy right there.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, yeah, I just dropped it in the chat.
Yeah, so Inner will be joining us on Friday, and we're going to talk about all this crazy stuff and how they're able to style transfer, anything into anything, and that's going to be really fun. This was one of my favorites. I don't know if there's a. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I remember this one.
I mean, come on.
It was so ahead of its time too.
Yeah, this was what, 55 weeks ago? July 15th last year.
Yeah. Is that fast math? How did you do that?
It was written underneath. I could never do that math.
I was gonna say.
Good Lord.
God damn.
So cool. So yeah, friends, we're gonna have inner reflections on, and they're gonna hit us with the sauce, teach us all kinds of fun stuff with WAN Phantom and 2.1. And yeah, like, there's always a tendency with these things to jump on the hottest, the latest, the newest, the things in that, but there's still an incredibly massive ecosystem of 2.1 stuff that still works, still does amazing stuff. That community is going nowhere. 2.2 is new. We're going to have new models for that, but don't just immediately cast aside anything that might be, a few months old, because like Phil can tell you, I mean, I use animate diff still every day today.
The background's animate diff.
Yeah. These tools, they don't go out of style. They just, the train marches, the train marches on really fast with this technology, but you can get off wherever you like. You don't have to stay on the train. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys the LightX models and how easy they are to use. They basically work like all the other ones, nothing to it. And we'll see you all on Friday. Welcome back to the stream, as you always are. What am I trying to say? Thank you. Yeah, welcome back for thanking of all the things to do driving and all that. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate you coming and hanging out with us every week, twice a week, 3 times a week, 5 times a week. There's a lot to cover, and we try to cover it, slowly and gently and with accuracy. So, if we're wrong, please tell us in the comments. We'll make corrections. We'll put stuff in the description. We are not infallible. There's too much stuff to cover. Neither of us think we're right about anything. So, happy to hear exactly why we're wrong. So please don't stop telling us when we say the wrong things. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.